What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to a reaction to Colin Cowherd playing Dame or Deal. He's going to be, I'm guessing, just coming up with Damian Lillard trade ideas and saying, would he trade Damian Lillard for that package or not? I know this video came out a couple days ago. I think you guys will be seeing this late on the 30th, or I guess early on the 30th, late on the 29th, whenever you guys see this. I just got back from vacation, so you might see another Colin Cowherd video that came out a little bit ago out tomorrow because I didn't have a chance to record that before I ended up going on vacation. But if you guys do enjoy these videos, drop a thumbs up. Would be cool. You don't always have to do that. And yeah, we'll get into this and I'll kind of give my analysis on what he says. Do I agree? Do I disagree? Do I super disagree? And then you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think. So let's get into this video.
Play Dame or Deal. I'm the Blazer GM.
So he's Neil O'Shea.
I would keep Dame over the trade offer. It's a Dame. If the trade offer is too good to pass up, it's Deal. And by the way, these are things that some are talked about, some perhaps not, but there's going to be more movement than people think. Go ahead, Joy.
Would you keep Damian Lillard or deal him for Anthony Davis?
Wait, okay, so this is out of left field. What? Okay, so obviously these aren't realistic things. He's just coming up with just random scenarios. I did not expect to see Anthony Davis. I expect to see maybe Ben Simmons, maybe Brandon Ingram, maybe Julius Randle. I don't know. Like maybe some of those packages, Nikola Vucevic. I don't know. Or Zach LaVine, something like that. But I did not expect to see him for Anthony Davis. Would I do this if I was the Blazers? I'm at the point where AD, they were the same draft class. AD was the first overall pick. Lillard was 5 or 6, I forgot. I think he was 6. I think Thomas Robinson was 5, Deion Waiters was 4, Beal 3, Kid Gilchrist 2. So unless he was 5 and Robinson could be 6, which could obviously happen. And I know Barnes was 7. I mean, I guess like Lillard's a better player, and Lillard can carry a team I think more than AD can. I mean, Lillard hasn't proven that. Like, the Blazers have made it to one conference finals with them, and they ended up getting swept by the Warriors without Kevin Durant back in 2019 after they ended up beating the Nuggets in the series before, which was a great series. So, I don't think that AD can lead this Blazers team any more than Lillard can, but he helps out their defense. So, honestly, for a change of scenery, I would do this trade if I were the Blazers. If I was the Lakers, I mean, I don't think it's really that big of an L either, but I think AD helps them out defensively down low, so I would probably not do this. I think I'd prefer AD on both these teams than Lillard, even though I do think Lillard's the better overall player.
Not Dame. First of all, he's played 65-plus games every year of his career. I get a leadership quality I don't think I get with Anthony Davis. The Lakers have very limited first-round picks based on what they gave up for Anthony Davis, so I'm not doing it. I just think Dame loves basketball. And
I don't know what the first-round picks have to do, because obviously this trade would never happen, so I'm confused why first-round picks have to be just kind of included or talked about or considered, because it feels like it's just a straight swap for me.
Anthony Davis at times really, really likes it. I'll take Dame.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and multiple first-round picks?
Okay, so this is a real offer. Like, this is something that could potentially happen. I tweeted that I think even though Brown's a lot younger than Lillard, he'll never hit, I think, Lillard's peak. And you have Lillard right now playing the best basketball of his career. Him and Tatum could go all the way next year. Possibly, but you don't want to gut your roster too much because you still got to go up against Milwaukee and Brooklyn and Philly and Miami and Atlanta, so you don't want to gut it completely. I think if I was Portland, Jaylen Brown is probably one of the best young players you can get in return. I think it comes down between either Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram, or Ben Simmons as probably the 3 best young players you can get in a Damian Lillard package. And I honestly, out of all 3 of those guys, I'm probably taking Jaylen Brown out of all 3 of them. I'd probably go Brown, Ingram, Simmons after these playoffs because you kind of want somebody that can shot create if you're starting your rebuild. You're getting multiple first-round picks. You're getting Marcus Smart, who might not fit your timeline. He's still fairly young, but if you want to be still competitive in the West, you can with Brown and Smart and McCollum and Nurkic and those guys. But hey, if you want to keep rebuilding, a team would definitely give you a first-round pick for Marcus Smart. 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks would give you like 19 or 21 for Smart. I mean, like, that's great value for a team if you're in the teens or 20s and you're getting just a first round pick for Marcus Smart. That's incredible value. I guess you kind of look at what Aaron Gordon went for, but he went for a protected first and a young player who was in the 20s. So it really depends on kind of where teams are picking. I would do this trade if I were Portland. if I'm Boston, I'm doing everything I can to keep Smart, because you want to maybe have something like Lillard, Smart, Tatum, Robert Williams, and Horford. Like something like that I think could be competitive in the Eastern Conference next year and potentially go all the way. But I feel like you got to keep Smart, keep Fournier off the bench, because I feel like Brown and multiple first, I mean, they'll probably ask for Nesmith, or not Smith, excuse me, they'll probably ask for Langford. Maybe they even ask for Time Lord. So it's a tough trade for Boston. I would definitely do this if I were the Blazers, though.
This is one of the rare, if I'm Portland and I know the goal is to win a championship, I would take the Celtics offer. Jaylen Brown is only 24. He has gotten better every year. He just averaged 25. Marcus Smart's only 27. Tremendous defensive player. His offense is spotty, but the Celtics have first-round picks in 22, 23, 24, and 25. I can get two of those, Jaylen and Marcus Smart. I can start to solve some of my issues, and I would be a much better defensive team without having to give up all the offense. That move I would make.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for Kawhi Leonard?
Another funny one. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have probably Kawhi and CJ McCollum than Dame and CJ McCollum, so I agree. I think Kawhi's a better player on the defensive side, obviously. On the offensive side, you probably prefer Damian Lillard, and rightfully so, but Kawhi's kind of been there. He's led that Raptors team at least to the NBA Finals. I think, but like, obviously the injury, the health, Lillard can stay on the floor a little bit more than Kawhi can due to Kawhi's knee injuries and kind of his problems over the last few years. I'd do this trade, though. I'd prefer Kawhi Leonard over Damian Lillard, especially if you're in the position of Portland. So, I would trade him for Kawhi.
This is closer than people think. I would take Kawhi because I do think he's a plus defender. I do think on his best nights, he's the best get a basket, get a stop guy in the league.
Get a pass, get a basket. Oh, he stuttered over those. That was funny.
He's not a leader. That's not what I'm getting. I don't know if he plays every night. We'll see how this injury goes. But Kawhi, on his best nights, is generally the best player in every series he is in. And that includes if he played Steph and the Warriors or Luka and the Mavericks, he would be the best player.
Would you keep Damian Lillard or deal him for Bradley Beal?
Nah. I mean, Beal's still young, two guys from the same draft class, but he's just only a little bit younger. I wouldn't do this, though. I wouldn't do this if I were the Blazers.
I like Bradley Beal, but he's not quite as good as Dame. Dame has averaged over 25 points per game in 6 years. Beal only 3. Lillard had a higher offensive rating and a higher net rating than Beal this season. And I think Dame has, he's been in so many big games. He's been so great in those big games. I just feel like Dame's just a better clutch shot maker than Bradley Beal. I'd take Dame.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Kendrick Nunn?
Oh, wow, yeah. If that's the package you're getting in return for Dame, if you're getting Bam Adebayo, yes, that's the way you start your rebuild. And Hero and even Nunn, yeah, yes. I don't think Miami would do this, though, because I don't think there's any way they would ever want to trade Bam Adebayo unless it's for, like, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, or Kevin Durant. I don't think they would even do it for Damian Lillard at this point, because you're cutting a little bit of your team there. I think they would probably want to keep Hero if they're trading Bam. But yeah, I don't even think that the Miami would include Bam. I think the best offer they would do is like Hero, Robinson, and Nunn inside in trades. Any first-round pick and swaps they got, Achua, and that's it, which is not really a good package. So I don't think that Lillard to Miami is realistic at all unless they include Bam, which I don't think will happen. But yes, 1,000 times yes, this is a great package to start your rebuild in Portland. You're getting Bam Adebayo, one of the most versatile big men. He'll be an all-star, potential All-NBA player for years to come. Tyler Hero, I mean, last year wasn't great. He definitely fell off a little bit after his rookie season. Maybe new scenery in Portland, not as much in the NBA media. He might kill it there. And Kendrick Nunn, he definitely shows his spots. I think he could be a nice scoring guard, playmaking ball handler as either a starter or backup in the league. I would definitely do this if I were Portland if you're starting your rebuild. Miami, you're getting a lot here for Damian Lillard. If you think Lillard and Butler can go all the way, you re-sign Robinson. So you got like Lillard, Robinson, Butler. And then it gets tough, right? Like, who's going to be your front court? Are you going to see Achua step up? You're going to go out and sign somebody? It's tough. It's really tough here.
That's the second deal I would take. I would do that deal. So Bam wouldn't be as dominant in the West as the East, but he gives you about 19 a game and 9 rebounds. Tyler Hero is only 21, still in his rookie deal. Kendrick Nunn's really talented and cheap. So again,
not anymore. He's a restricted free agent.
I'm going to lose some offense. But I solve some of my depth issues, some of my defensive issues. This would also allow me, if I get Bam, to move maybe a Zach Collins or a Nurkic. I could probably move a big. So I could get even, this would allow me to move one of my big.
Collins is a free agent too.
That's even more to this. I would take the Miami offer.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for Paul George?
I
would keep Dame.
Dame is first or second best clutch player in the league. Paul is super talented, but has struggled sometimes with free throws, sometimes with shooting in big games. Paul is a better defender, and he's a tremendous player. Again, this one, like the Kawhi one's closer than you think, because I think Paul does a lot of things Kawhi does, but a better leader. I think he's a better communicator. But in this shooting league where Trae Young gets to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'll stick with Dame.
Would you keep Dame or would you deal him for Kyrie?
I mean, Kyrie is definitely, which is weird. He's younger. He was drafted a year earlier too. I would keep Dame.
That's not even close. Dame. Dame's a better defender, although he's not great. He's a better leader. He's less erratic. Kyrie's won a single playoff series in his career without like LeBron or Durant. Kyrie is an all-time finisher, but when I think of him,
I think when they beat Indiana in 2019,
I think of erratic. I can't rely on him like I can rally on Dame.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, and
so a potential real package? Honestly, if Boston's not calling, if Miami's not giving you Bam, if you're not getting enough picks out of the Pelicans for Brandon Ingram, and Damian Lillard maybe wants to go to a big market, you don't want to trade him to Golden State. It's a solid package to start your rebuild. You're getting one of the best defensive players in the NBA, who just finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. You're getting who's a great passer, good in transition. Maybe he just needs a new scene. Maybe he needs a new setting, a new team. Ben Simmons out of the Philly spotlight. Maybe their player development staff in Portland can actually change him, help him develop a jump shot, make him be more of a 4 or 5, not a point guard. It could still be a playmaker, but just not somebody you're relying on to be your second highest scorer and somebody that can maybe hit that 15-foot jumper, right? You're getting Matisse Thybulle, who's all defensive second team as a second-year guy. Yeah, he solves defensive problems a lot. You're getting 2 great defensive players, a top 5 defender in the league, and then you're getting another top 20 defender in the league. And you're getting Maxey in his volume. I keep dropping stuff. But when he gets a lot of reps, he could be a flat-out scorer, and I think he could be a great scoring guard in the league one day. I think you look at like guys like Kendrick Nunn right now, or Lou Will, and I think he could be better than some of those guys. Like we've already seen Lou Will's peak, but not Nunn. I think he could be better than them. He's shifty. He's crafty. He's got a good handle. He's good at slashing. He's quick. He could score at the rim. I'm a big Maxey guy. I wasn't going into the draft, but I'm a big Maxey guy now, and I think I would do this package if I were Portland. If Lillard requests a trade, and that's really it. If he doesn't, I don't think you trade Lillard. I think if he wants to stay, you got to keep him and still compete. You can get 2 home playoff games a year, sell those tickets. Maybe you look to trade CJ for Ben Simmons. Hey, try to pull that off. But yeah, if Dame requests a trade, I do like this package.
and Tyrese Maxey?
I'd keep Dame. Where's my offense? I mean, Simmons, 2 of those guys are world-class defenders, but you can't have 2 of them on the floor. When Ben's on the floor, he can't shoot. So that sounds great, and I get a bunch of length, but offense is winning these games, not defense. I'd keep Dame.
Would you keep Dame or deal him for?
Okay, so here's one, and it's Wiggins, Wiseman, 7 and 14. It's a good package to start a rebuild, like the Sixers one, like the Celtics one. If Dame wants out, it's a good young package to get. Like Wiggins, the contract isn't great. Maybe you can move it in a year or 2 when it gets closer to an expiring deal. But you're getting Wiseman, who's the 2nd overall pick last year. You'll have him on his rookie deal for 3 more years, and you can maybe pair him up with a nice defensive power forward. You're getting 7 and 14. I don't think Kuminga or Scotty Barnes falls to 7, but maybe you end up with a Moses Moody, James Bouknight, Franz Wagner. And you're kind of getting these guys that could develop into good players for you down the line. I like this package. If I had to rank the 4 packages he gave me that are somewhat realistic, like I'm not saying the AD, the Leonard, the Kyrie, the George, those are Beal, those aren't realistic. But if I had to rank the Boston, Miami, Golden State, and Philly packages, I'd probably go Boston 1, Miami 2, Philly 3, this 4. But I am still a fan
Andrew
of this
Wiggins, James Wiseman, and the 7th and 14th overall picks.
I'd keep Dame. Wiggins' last 2 years has
but
gotten
yes,
worse.
I do think, like, if they don't, like, you don't want to really ship him to Golden State, and if he doesn't request a trade, or if he does, and you don't have to ship him to Golden State, I would do that, because this package, there's other ones. This is the fourth one I like, or I think I like, this one the fourth most. I think I like the Philly one, now more, and Boston and Miami's.
I don't think there's much leadership there. That feels like a bunch of B and B minuses and draft picks for an A-plus player. I'd keep Dame. Hi, everybody.
All right, so that's it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I definitely didn't expect to see like Anthony Davis, Kawhi, and Paul George in there, so that was kind of funny. Let me know what you guys think could end up possibly happening with Damian Lillard, as Chris Haynes has shown that there could be some frustration there. But yeah, drop a like if you guys enjoy. I love you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.